Hi everyone, my name is Norma and this is exactly how much we have spent in the month of May, and this is how I also budget. So I'm going to show you everything today. I am self-employed and I am a mom to a little 8-year-old girl, and I have a husband that I live with, of course. We use a system called a zero-based budget. This is how I track everything, and I use both my planner and my spreadsheet. So I have a video on how I use my planner, so I'll have it linked somewhere over here. Today we'll be mostly looking at my spreadsheet. One thing that has completely changed my finances is budgeting 1 month ahead. So we are currently in the month of June, and the money that I'm going to make in the month of June is going to take care of August, because the money that I made in the month of May took care of July, and it's just always ahead. I hope that makes sense. So things like rent and other essentials, they're already taken care of a month prior. So when I get into June, I'm not worried about July. I'm already taking care of August. I really hope that makes sense. I know it's a bit crazy, but I think as someone who's self-employed, it just makes sense to me to always be 1 month ahead and not panic every single month. When I budget, I focus on 7 main categories, which I'm going to show you on my spreadsheet. It is your income, it is your high priority bills, it is your future self, so things like saving and investing, it is your subscriptions, debt, variable expenses, and sinking funds. Now with income, it is actually one of the most important categories, because a lot of people simply work with just whatever they have, and sometimes they don't even think of it, they just spend. So once you start being very in tune with your income and asking yourself the right questions like, how can I make more income? Because the income that I'm making is not enough when I calculate my debt to income ratio, or how much I'm saving compared to the income that I receive. Then, because you're asking yourself the right questions, you start looking for opportunities to grow, to make more income, and making different decisions when it comes to your financials. Variable expenses is another amazing category in your budget, because you can actually challenge yourself when you pay close attention to your variable expenses to try and spend less. Since it is flexible, it does change month to month. For example, if I had to decide that I'm going on a no sugar diet for the month of July, for example, I'm going to end up spending less on groceries, because I'm not going to buy things like juice, sweets, bread, things that have actual sugar. So small little changes can actually create a very big difference over time. So now let's dive into my numbers. I'll show you exactly how much we spent in the month of May, where did the money actually go, and what financial goals are we setting for the month of June, and what did I achieve in the month of May. So let's reset together. Okay, so I'm going to start by highlighting the May wins, which is quite important to look into your wins, because life happens so quickly and we focus a lot on just the bad things. But if you also celebrate your wins, even though you're going through hard times, you know that you've also been blessed. You know that things have been going well in the past, or some things did go well in the month, even though I had a tough month. So it helps you change your mindset. So let's have a look and see our Q2 May wins. So we joined the gym and worked out daily. When I say daily, I mean 5 times a week. I don't mean like 7 days a week. Invested Skylar's money, and it's not a lot. It was good to put it in a fund. I also worked with BookBolt, and I launched my workshop, which, my gosh, it went so well. It's a 3.5 hour workshop. Unfortunately, I'm not going to do that again, because it's just too long, and I don't think I can do it as good as I did it last time. I don't know, maybe I'm just, being hard on myself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually have that replay available for you to purchase as a masterclass, but it's also going to come with other masterclasses as well. I've got many other masterclasses, so I'm going to put it all in one platform, so you can purchase that masterclass. You will get the Know Your Numbers workshop, plus all the other masterclasses available in that platform, because I don't think I will be able to do it the same way again. It was just too good. And thank you so much to everyone who showed up. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, comment below and let me know your feedback. I also posted consistently on Instagram, which made my Instagram grow so nicely. And also I got 1 million views Now I am pushing for 2 million views in 30 days. And that is it for the May wins. And then I just want to ask you one question, and I want you to journal it as if it's a journal prompt. So open your journal and put down, if I truly trusted God was supporting me, I would ... So I want you to answer that question. If I truly trusted God, if I truly trusted that God was supporting me, I would ... And then the last one is, I am so grateful for ... So you can write anything that you are grateful for, and you can focus on those things. Try and do it every single day. Okay, so now we're going to have a look and see how much we spent in the month of May. I'm just opening my budget planner over here so that I am able to use that to populate the spreadsheet. May was not the best month for us. I'm glad it's done. We're in June, but we're still going to have a look. So I've obviously populated the income. Okay, so giving, we spent 1,500, as you can see. Let me just make this big so that it is clear for you. Okay, so giving, we spent 1,500 Rand, and giving is a high priority bill. Rent, 12,250, it's also a high priority bill. Utilities, 1,810, also a high priority bill. Wi-Fi, 400 Rand, also going to high priority. Life insurance is a high priority bill. We spent 970, and then car insurance is also a high priority. 870 we spent on car insurance, 150 on funeral cover, also a high priority bill, and that is it in our high priority category. So if we go up over here, we can see that out of our income, we spent 17,950 of that into our high priority bills. So out of our income, 47% of our money went to our bills. Okay, so let's move on to the next category, which is future me. So that is my retirement annuity and my investments. So that is it, and that is 2,500 Rand. 6.5% of income went to investing, which I would like to increase that, of course. But what's holding me back right now is debt and not making as much income as I would love to. But we're going to fix that. Okay, so now let's move on to the next category, which is subscriptions. We've got CapCut, which we spent 100 Rand. We've got School, which we spent 380. We've got Canva, which we spent 150. Apple Bill, which we spent 230. YouTube, which we spent 105. Netflix, 99, and Disney Plus, which is 159, and then Gym, which is the new bill in our budget, which is 700 Rand. So that is it for subscriptions. Let's have a look and see how much we ended up spending. So for subscriptions, we ended up spending 1,923. I mentioned this in our Know Your Numbers workshop, that I look at my categories and I ask myself, which income is going to take care of this category? So I already know, like for example, for high priority bills, it is taken care of by commission and my membership, for example. And then my investments are taken care of by my digital products, and subscriptions and things like that are taken care of by YouTube. So thank you so much for watching. So this 1,923, usually from YouTube I get like 2,500, but sometimes with my website, I don't put ads anymore on my website. When I used to get another like 1,000 something from my website, but so far I'm still just below what I get from YouTube. So YouTube takes care of my subscriptions, and it's something that you can do as well yourself. When you look at your bills, you can ask yourself, okay, this category, I spent 3,000 on rates and levies, for example. What can I do as a side hustle that will take care of rates and levies? A side hustle that will literally bring me 3,000 Rand. Because sometimes we think, with this side hustle, I need to make 1 million to live this life that is making me feel free, of that in a paycheck to paycheck lifestyle. But actually, sometimes all you need is just an extra 5 grand that will give you that breathing room in your budget. Okay, let's move on. So now we're going to go to debt. So unfortunately, I couldn't pay any extra to my personal loan. So we ended up paying just a 2,300 Rand. And then for groceries, which is variable expenses, we paid 4,150 on that. That's how much we spent. And transport, 1,100. Eating out, another 1,110. That was high. And for someone who is, on a low spend year, I blame Skylar School. Buffer, I'm going to keep it as a variable expense because that also changes month to month. And also business expense, I'll leave it as a variable expense because that is our career guide. That changes also month to month. Okay, so that is basically how much we ended up spending on variable expenses, 7,580. And then lastly, we left with sinking funds. So all of this ended up going to savings, like we had Skylar's birthday and all of that. So I'm just going to put it as the exact amount, 57.20 is what we ended up cash stuffing a bit of money, putting into the collective, which is FLA stock file and also Skylar's school fees. So I'm literally just going to put it in as the 29th of May, just as 57.50, and I'm going to put that as savings because it went to and then we ended up spending just a little bit more by 30 cents, which I'm not too worried about that. But this is basically the categories that I look at, and the spreadsheet helps me track everything easily. And then over here it obviously has your monthly goals, which is daily gym, yes. Pay 9,000 for low, no, unfortunately. Spa with my mom, no. Actually, we didn't go to the spa with my mom. Skylar's birthday was fine. 1 million views on Insta, and save 7,000 Rand in cash. Yes, we got to 7,000 Rand so far in cash. And when it comes to cash, I'm saving for a new camera. Okay, so this is the calendar. I'm just going to make this a little bit smaller now so that you can see. This is the calendar. So as you can see, the calendar is empty, and you know that my spreadsheet populates itself, but that's because the calendar date is wrong. So now I'm just going to go here, income start date. I'm going to double tap here, and I'm going to put the 1st of May right there. And then when I go down, as you can see, everything has populated itself, which is amazing. So now I know when was my high spend week and things like that. Okay, so that is my income, and this is my habits. I track my habits. I read the Bible daily. I pray daily. Learned more about vitamins. I know the vitamins that I need to be taking now. And daily reading. I didn't sleep at 10 p.m. I slept after 10 p.m., which is still a problem in this family. Well, not Skylar. Skylar sleeps early, but me and KB, we sleep so late. It's like we're just always working. And I didn't drink this much water. I need to track it properly. Maybe I need to, I need to find a way to drink more water. I'm drinking like just over 1 liter, and I need more. Okay, so that is basically the month of May, and we can actually have an annual overview just to have a look and see yearly how much we have spent. So this is basically how it looks. As you can see, when it comes to debt in the month of May, we put in the lowest amount, but in January was 19,005, February 45,000, March 21,000, April 19,000, and then May let me down because we didn't earn. There's this one income we're supposed to earn, but it should overlap. It should come in June now. So June will probably be a high income month. Savings, investments, subscriptions, variable expenses, high priority bills. And there's this one. Let me see which one is this one. Variable expenses. And the 100K is high priority bills. And then this one is subscriptions. Okay. Income, high income month was Jan and February. March was also good, and then it's starting to go down. So June I think will also be a high income month. February was a good month. Okay, and that is basically it in our budget. Obviously we are now in the month of June, so I'm going to update some goals, but I've got more goals. But I want to really do strength training. I want to pay 10K in debt. I want to save 5,000 Rand cash, so in my saving challenges. I want to have a date night with KB, my husband, because it's our anniversary, guys, our wedding anniversary. But can you believe we've been together for 11 years? Oh my gosh, cannot believe it. Just goes so quickly. Okay, so I want to have a date night with him. I want to drink 2-liter water daily. I need a system to implement this, and I also want to post daily on Instagram and hit 2 million views in 30 days. Okay, so that is basically my main focus for the month of June. and I will come back on the next video when we are doing a actual budget reset for the month of June. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.